Hey everybody, DeLongShot Signatures here. This is episode 15 of my 2024 TTM returns, and appropriately, I have 15 successes to share with you all. This comes out to a total of 31 autographs that came through the mail. I also have one massive purchase that is worth waiting for, so I will share that at the end. Would have done a video yesterday, but I ended up working some overtime this morning, and it's been busy for a little while, so going to combine the last 2 days of successes together. On Friday, we got in 7. So first one here is a hero card return. This is received 2 signed hero cards in 340 days from NASCAR Cup Series driver Michael McDowell. I've gotten several of these over the years. Nice to get some new ones, and he sent 2 different ones, which is really nice. Usually just get one back, but of course, his iconic long, skinny Loves hero card, and then a different one, the Chicago Pneumatic Compression. I don't know what that is. Hero card that's more of a standard kind, but very nice looking as well. Next, we got some women's college basketball coaching returns. First one here is a 2 of 2 success in 17 days from Eastern Kentucky's women's basketball coach, Greg Todd. He did sign these on the back. This one got smeared a decent amount and does smear to the touch. This one, not too bad, mostly on the personalization, so the autograph is at least intact there. The other one is also a 2 of 2 success in 17 days as well from UAlbany women's basketball coach, Colleen Mullen. She's had herself a really successful season so far. We have a NASCAR return. This is a 2 of 2 success coming back also in 17 days from former NASCAR Cup Series driver and I think 1980 Winston Cup Rookie of the Year, Jody Ridley. He won 1 race in the NASCAR Cup Series, and if I remember correctly, it was the only win for Don Lovey Racing. Next, we have a IndyCar return. This is a 2 of 2 success in 11 days from former IndyCar driver Mark Dismore. He won a race in the IndyCar series, also participated in some Indy 500s. I want to say he missed being able to do some races for quite some time due to a pretty bad practice crash, if I remember correctly. But now I think he owns a go-kart track or like go-karting supply place here in Indiana, so that one came back rather quickly. This one took some time though. This is a hockey return. This is a 2 of 2 success coming back in 1,602 days from former NHL goaltender Brian Elliott. So I think I had an initial request out. I don't think that one's ever come back. But then the next year I sent another one because I had seen some people getting him back. So I now have 2 of these 17-18 Upper Decks, but I do add the 18-19 to the collection. Then we have a big time hockey prospect return. This is a 2 of 2 success in 38 days coming back from the London Knights in Canada. This is a top 10 prospect for the 2024 NHL draft, Sam Dickinson. So very, very cool to get these. I've seen most drafts taking him somewhere around like the 8th or 9th position. So he should be pretty high draft pick this year. We'll see which team gets him, but I'm really excited about that one. So that was all the TTM successes from Friday. And then we have, 8 more? Yeah, 8 that came in today. Some similar themes here. A lot of college coaches, NASCAR, IndyCar, and even a hockey return. So first one here is a NASCAR hero card return. These are hero cards that I sent out, but they included an extra. So this is a 4 of 3 success in 35 days from NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Ryan Ellis. I think these first 3 are the ones that I sent, because I remember it was like 43, 44, and 45 for the car numbers. And I think this last one is an extra that was included and signed as well. So very cool to get that. Didn't have his autograph yet. He will be racing with Brennan Poole for Alpha Prime Racing full time this year in the Xfinity Series. Then we'll go back to some hockey returns. First one, I have 2 requests out to this guy. I think this is the correct one that I recorded. But this is a 1-of-1 return in 343 days from Dallas Stars forward Joe Pavelski. If you guys remember from my last TTM request with him, he is my favorite all-time hockey player. The first ever athlete that I got an autograph from. Just I've loved him since he was, with the Sharks and everything. He's getting towards the end of his career. Would love to see him get a Stanley Cup. The Stars have had a pretty decent season. Should be a contender this year. So we'll see what happens. But very, very happy to add another one to the collection. And it's his first autograph I have of his with the Dallas Stars. Then we have a goaltending prospect. This is a 2-of-2 success in 80 days coming back from the Green Bay Gamblers of the USHL. This is goaltender Adam Gajan. Not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. But he was a 2023 second-round pick for the Chicago Blackhawks, who have been building quite the pipeline of goaltending prospects. I've also got Drew Commesso, who could make his debut maybe later this year, sometime next year. But for a second-round pick, that's a pretty high pick to use on a goalie, so they must feel pretty good about this guy. Then we have an NBA coaching return. This is a 1-of-2 success in 18 days from former NBA head coach and ESPN analyst Jeff Van Gundy. Van Gundy was the coach for the Knicks and the Rockets. He also had an NBA Finals appearance as a coach. Was a longtime member of the ESPN panel and, doing various things for them. And I think he was let go in the most recent set of layoffs for the brand. Then we got some college coaching returns. We're going to start off with a basketball one here. This is a 2-of-2 success in 10 days from Louisiana Tech men's basketball coach Talvin Hester. He is in his second season with Louisiana Tech. He did personalize this one, but didn't the other one. But either way, I'm happy with that. Then we have a college football return. This is coming from the NAIA level. This is a 2-of-2 return in 127 days from Georgetown of Kentucky football coach Chris Oliver. He took over, I think the coach's name was Bill Cronin, who retired a few years ago. He's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. And Chris Oliver is getting his hat in the ring to be in the Hall of Fame at some point. Over 120 wins and I think just about 30 losses. He also has an NAIA championship from the 2020 season with, I think it was Lindsey Wilson College at the NAIA level. So if he continues his winning percentage for some time, which he has done well the past 2 years with Georgetown, he could be sniffing the Hall of Fame one day. Sniffing chance at the Hall of Fame, not sniffing the Hall of Fame. That would be weird. Next one is a college baseball return. This is a 3-of-2 success coming back in 10 days from Methodist baseball coach Tom Austin. He has over 1,200 wins at the Division III level. He's been at the school for over 40 years, since 1980, really. He also included this greeting card, which he signed as well. Hasn't won a Division III title yet, but he was the runner-up, I think, in 95. So he's been there. He's looking to finally add that to the resume. So the last TTM success that we have to share is a 2-of-2 return coming back in 18 days from former IndyCar driver George Snyder. So George Snyder holds the pretty big stat, but kind of, a little bit of a Debbie Downer for having the most starts by an Indy 500 participant to never win. But he is 83 or 84 years old now, a longtime friend of AJ Foyt. Very, very good driver. I think he did have a win in the kart series, but, always chased for that Indy 500 win. He was a good qualifier for a number of years. but had a career best finish of 8th at the biggest race in racing, or biggest spectacle in racing, whatever they call it. But very cool to add that one. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get that back in time. It does look like his signature is getting harder to produce for him, so hopefully he's doing all right. But very, very glad to add Mr. Snyder to the collection. Talking about people that I am very, very glad to add to the collection, I had a big eBay purchase that I made, and been wanting to share this for some time, but I've actually been wanting to get this one forever, but I waited too long, and then he was charging a lot for his autograph, and I said, you know what, this person's old, there's not going to be many more opportunities to get him. I went to go purchase an autograph, and it's no longer available on his website. The shop is closed, and I thought, oh shoot, how am I going to get it? So I went to eBay, and I found a JSA certified signed book for way less than what he was charging on his website, so I'm very happy about that. But this is an addition to my NASA collection that I had been wanting for so long. Finally glad to add him. This is a signed book called Mission to Mars of Buzz Aldrin. It's even got the Barnes & Noble autographed copy on there. But they included a picture of him signing the book. They also have the JSA certification in there. But here in the opening pages is the signature. And they've also got the other labels and certifications and everything for him. But this book, I believe, came out in 2013, and it was part of a big tour that he did, trying to build, hype for the mission to Mars and everything like that, and did a lot of stuff with Barnes & Noble for it. So I do remember hearing about this. We didn't have a Barnes & Noble near us anymore at this point, so he definitely wasn't going to be anywhere close where I could go. But I do remember hearing about this tour that he did to sign these, and I'm just super glad to finally add him to the collection. That's it if you guys don't want to stick around for a short story. But I thought I had Buzz Aldrin's autograph for a very long time. When I was in high school, I was in the AP science programs and everything like that. And I'd received something in the mail. It was coming from like Boston, Massachusetts. And it was this big old convention that they did every year for like a weekend. And they would have different scientists and engineers and all these different like really famous people come to this conference and try and inspire the youth to be, scientists and go into STEM and everything like that. And the invitation that I received was from Buzz Aldrin, and included 2 documents, including one that said I won some award, and the other like the invitation, and it was signed by him. I was like, man, this is super cool. Like, holy crap. I couldn't afford to go to the convention. It was several $1,000s. But I just thought, having that Buzz Aldrin autograph would be worth that someday. So, I'm cool with that either way, even if I didn't get to attend. So fast forward several years, I'm like, man, I really want to start building my NASA collection. So I did that for a while. And then I was like, where's that Buzz Aldrin autograph I have? So I looked everywhere, all over the house for it. And after like several weeks, I finally found it in some cabinet drawer that we had somewhere with all the different files and whatnot. And they're printed signatures. So that was really disappointing to find out at the time. Was really hoping that, those would be legit. But glad to have him now in the collection. A moonwalker, the second guy to ever walk on the moon, of course. A big advocate for space and everything like that. So very, very awesome. And of course, a member of the U.S. Astronaut Hall of Fame. I think he was part of the second class to be inducted. But that is it for this one. This is almost a 15-minute video with 15 through the mail autographs, and it's the 15th episode of this year so far. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.